Hi again. So the question this time was from Ches, and the question was, why does sunlight magically get rid of poo stains? This is due to a process called photodegradation, which I'll try and explain in the next few slides. So the first thing is that light, like from the sun, is actually made up of all different wavelengths and different colours. All sort of mixed together, and that ends up giving you white light. As I explained in the last video, all materials have atoms, and those atoms can be arranged differently and even form molecules. And the different arrangements of atoms and molecules absorb different coloured light. So when you get white light, which is mixed of all different colours shining on an object like a leaf, that leaf absorbs all of the colours except for the green light, and then that green light is either transmitted or reflected to your eye, and the leaf appears green. And this is why objects which are black, they absorb all different colours from the light, which is why they look black. These objects will get quite hot if you leave them in the sun, whereas an object which is white, which isn't absorbing any of the colours, it doesn't get as hot when it's in the sun, because it's not taking as much energy out of the sunlight. And that energy is converted to heat, so the object will heat up, and some energy is given off in infrared radiation, which you can't see with the human eye. And as I said, all materials are made up of atoms, and those atoms can be arranged in different ways to form molecules. And those molecules have different properties. Now, when sunlight shines on the material, there's also UV light, which is shined on the material, which is part of the light from the sun. And when that that UV light is present along with oxygen, it can cause what's called photodegradation, where the molecules are broken up and can form new molecules with the oxygen that's present in the atmosphere. And this changes the chemistry or the properties of that material. Now, materials tend to be called organic materials or inorganic materials, depending on how the atoms and molecules are arranged. And organic materials are things like paint or some poo on a nappy or something like this. Whereas inorganic materials could be, for example, some glaze on a vase. And what you'll find is if you find a really old painting, the paint has faded over time, whereas if you can find really old vases and they still have their colours that they had from a very long time ago. And that's what's happening on your nappy, is that the organic poo material is fading in the sunlight, and therefore it ends up looking like it's disappeared, and you cannot see it. Okay, I hope that makes sense, and if you have any more questions that you'd like me to answer, let me know. Thanks.